to make a video to raise some awareness about a disease that I suffer with silently and that many others suffer with silently. It's September. That's the awareness month for this disease. So I think as a sufferer, it's my job to spread awareness and spread information about this disease. It's called IC. That stands for interstitial cystitis. It's a chronic and painful condition of the bladder. It's similar to living with a bladder infection, except if you were to get a bladder infection, you could go to the doctors and they would test your urine and write you a prescription for antibiotics and send you on your way, and then your infection will go away with antibiotics. But IC symptoms are not alleviated by antibiotics. There's no cure for IC at the moment. It's simply symptom treated. But the symptoms include bladder pain and pelvic pain, includes urinary urgency and burning frequency, like the need to go to the bathroom. Some people experience this urgency like every 10 minutes, up and down to the bathroom. Another symptom, this is how I was diagnosed, is like continually going to the doctors and saying, hey, I think I have an infection, and your urine samples come back negative. There's no infection present in your urine, but you have all of the symptoms of an infection. And basically how this is diagnosed is they listen to you, they hear your symptoms, they rule out other related diseases, and then the final step is a pretty invasive procedure. It's a scope that they do on your bladder, and they also do something called a hydrodistension. They basically overinflate the bladder, like with fluids, like they fill it and overinflate it and stretch it out, and that's supposed to help with the pain. There's mixed reactions to that among sufferers of IC. Some people find relief from the pain they experience, and some people find that makes it so much worse. I think the biggest thing that people don't realize about living with this disease is the toll that it takes on your quality of life. Since my diagnosis, I have experienced so many emotions. When my specialist that I started seeing first told me, he was like, hey, I think this is what you have, I was in denial. I was freshly 22. I said, there is no way that I have this disease that is going to cause me to have to live like this and feel like this with these symptoms for the rest of my life. Like, I didn't believe him. And so I kept doing what I wanted to do and living how I wanted to. And I paid for that because now my symptoms are very severe. I have chronic infection that will not go away. And it just very, very severely affects people's quality of life. I've been on 12 rounds of antibiotics since January, and I still have an infection present. In severe cases of IC, the pain is absolutely unrelenting. It never is alleviated. It never lets go. It's just constant pain. It limits people's ability to travel, to simply ride in cars. Because of that, people are not able to hold jobs or to work full time because they can't even get there. It affects people's ability to take vacations, to travel for leisure. It affects people's relationships. It affects friendships. It affects just about every aspect of life that you would never consider until it's something that you've had to suffer with. But it's very serious and has a very serious impact on its sufferers' lives. It affects people's ability to be intimate with their partners, therefore affecting marriages, affecting relationships, all of that good stuff. Like any aspect of your life, like this disease has some effect on that. It affects what you wear. Diet is how it's managed. So no spicy foods, no acidic foods, no coffee, no alcohol. It's a very bland diet because it's low acid, like nothing exciting, nothing fun really. The other way that it's treated, diet, medicine. They offer physical therapy or pelvic floor therapy is what it's referred to. It just, again, helps with like the tension and like the symptoms that you're feeling, but isn't a cure for this disease again. I hope that you all heard me, and I hope that you listened, and I hope that maybe you learned something that you didn't know. This disease affects roughly 4 million Americans, and I think that is a really high number of people to be suffering from a disease with no cure, that a lot of doctors will look at you and be like, I don't even know what you have. They will look at you and tell you they don't know how to help you and they don't know what you have. This disease is not exclusive to gender, it's not exclusive to ethnicity, it's not exclusive to race. It affects anybody and everybody. And we need a cure. We need more awareness and we need a cure. And so I hope that this helps get that information out there.